I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, there's another Patreon review, this time for Sherlock Bond. Appreciate him and everyone else joining me on Patreon and pledging. If anyone's ever interested or even requesting a review or a video topic via PayPal, the links are down below. If not, no worries. I do want to apologize right off the bat to Sherlock Bond. I don't know how much of a video review this will be. I do apologize in advance because A Most Violent Year from 2014 really didn't offer me much of anything. It's funny, we talked for a little bit and very, very nice person says, I can, because I saw the trailer, I went, I don't know if this movie's for me. And he's like, no, I can offer another movie. He's like, no, when people are willing to do that, Patreon, PayPal, any movie's up for grabs. Plus, you never know. Could surprise you. Some of the Disney movies like Mulan and Tarzan, I was very surprised by, especially Mulan. It can happen. Not this case, but it can happen, so there you go. But Most Violent Year, I know I'm going to be alone in this because this has like a 7.0 on IMDb, a huge rating on Rotten Tomatoes. People really enjoy the gritty look and the feel of the 1981 New York, which is a time period it takes place in. People like the cast. Oscar Isaac, who would be in the new Star Wars films. Jessica Chastain, who was in Interstellar. David, I can't pronounce his last name, but he was the guy who starred in the film Don't Let Go, which I personally enjoyed. Albert Brooks, cool to see Albert Brooks again. The last time I saw Albert Brooks, I think it was Drive with Ryan Gosling. I'm sure he must have done something in between, but that's the last I had seen Albert Brooks. And he was really good in Drive, Ryan Gosling film. This one though, I don't know if this would be a full-on rant, maybe mild rant. It's well made on a technical sense. The actors are not bad. Oscar Isaac, Jessica Chastain, they're not bad. You just say it's a well-made technical film. I just didn't give a crap about anything that was going on. If it's a thriller, there was nothing thrilling. People say the characters are intriguing. I did not find them intriguing. I didn't care about any of the characters. I did not care for the story at hand. And no, it's not because I'm expecting an action-packed movie. I like films from After Hours and Goodfellas and other Scorsese films to movies like All the President's Men, which I highly enjoy and I reviewed on the channel. Yeah, my primary source of entertainment is action and horror movies, but there's other avenues I do enjoy and I reviewed on here. And I already named a couple. This one, the story, like I said, takes place New York 1981. And Oscar Isaac is this guy who owns an up-and-coming heating oil company. And that's where I'm like, a heating oil company? His trucks are getting hijacked. Albert Brooks plays his attorney. Jessica Chastain plays Oscar Isaac's wife, who was a daughter of a mob boss. The guy from Don't Let Go, David Oyelowo, screwing up his name, he plays an assistant DA. They're talking about how Oscar Isaac's company is into illegal stuff, and Oscar Isaac says, no, it's not. Because Oscar Isaac's character is trying to be the straight and narrow, morally high ground guy compared to other characters in the movie. But there are people who are doing stuff behind his back. Because the trucks are being hijacked, some want guns, and Oscar Isaac says no, but some people go behind his back to do that. Oscar Isaac wants to buy this one place to open up a bigger place, mainly so to directly import fuel oil from the barges to store right here. And it just increases business, increase his production, increases success. But then it's just a very dry, slow, boring, somewhat somber crime drama. That it's over 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes, 2 hours and 4 minutes. And I'm sorry, I got nothing out of it. I got nothing out of the characters. It's not exciting. The one guy who gets hijacked earlier has conversations with Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac, hey, you come on back. He does. He immediately gets hijacked again. One releases another. He has a gun, chasing them off. A little bit of shootout. And then that brings a lot more headache onto Oscar Isaac and his company, because the bank goes, well, we're not going to give you the money because all this shit going on. And then we just found out the DA, the district attorney or assistant, they have some stuff on you. And Oscar Isaac's like, well, that's not true. We don't care. So they pull finances out. And then literally like half of the film is just Oscar Isaac looking for fucking loans. That's what it is. Just go looking for fucking loans. Getting a loan here, trying to get a loan here, trying to get a loan here. This really boring chase scene where he's chasing a truck that's been hijacked. It fucking flips over before he gets there. He chases a guy, beats him a bit with the butt of a gun, asking who hired you. He doesn't say anything, and then Oscar Isaac leaves. Doesn't shoot him, doesn't do anything, at least I remember, but maybe I micro-napped without knowing it and I missed something. And that's it. He gets the money. I think his wife was skimming money from him too, because everyone around him's like a two-faced piece of shit. The guy who got hijacked twice because he pulled the gun out and screwed up Oscar Isaac's company from the have to get these loans, that guy gets fired. And then at the end of the film, he comes back, has a conversation, and then shoots himself. And Oscar Isaac's like, oh no. Then the last scene is him talking with David Oyelowo, the guy from Don't Let Go, and talking about how, hey, the thing got the money, things don't work out. Maybe we can have a mutual agreement. So you just say that maybe the morals of the lead character is going to downgrade a little bit after all that's happened, that maybe he's going to pay off this guy or vice, But Oscar Isaac says, taking the path which is most right. So not 100% right, but most right. And the movie ends and I'm like, this movie was such, I don't want to say waste of time. That's mean. Because I appreciate people like Sherlock Bond doing that for my Patreon or PayPal, whichever, if anyone ever does either. Again, when people do that, I'll give any movie a chance. It's just, I know I'm alone in this. A lot of people like it. I just don't see the appeal. I just don't see the appeal of a story dealing around heating oil companies and a guy looking for loans. And I'm sure people don't want to talk about, but no, that's not the gist of the story. It's about this guy who's trying to do the straight path moral, and even the fucking title is misleading. A Most Violent Year. This movie's not that violent. I don't know if this is true, but some places say that 1981 New York, it was like one of the most violent times of New York. Again, I could be wrong. But you could play more into that with the environment, with the city, maybe the city. Hell, Joker, in a weird way, is a better version of this movie. Granted, no, that's stupid. It's not the same story. But I don't know, just, if I want to see a movie that tries to be a film like back in the day that shows a city in chaos and a guy going through morals, I just go watch Joker. which is not an action-packed movie, but I think it's a much better film. And then what's funny is that the critics kind of took a crap on that, at least compared to other movies, but this one, from 2014, they praised to high heaven. People compared to the films of Sidney Lumet, and I'll go, I don't know about that. I wouldn't put it that far. People like, oh, Oscar Isaac, in this movie, he's a young Al Pacino. And I went, no, he's not a young Al Pacino. I mean, I like Serpico. I love Scarface. I like... I'm a big Al Pacino fan. Oscar Isaac is not a young Pacino. To me, you know, I watched this movie. He's a lesser John Turturro. That's how I would say. I like John Turturro. He's a lesser John Turturro. If people disagree, that's fine, but that's my honest opinion. Oscar Isaac is a lesser John Turturro. I'm saying it loud and clear because I did not stutter. So again, I apologize to Sherlock Bond. This isn't much of a review. I say mild rant because I'm not going all the top crazy. It's just... It's not that it's a story... I didn't notice it as a story that's filled with plot holes or filled with stupidity or filled with such different tones or horrible, awful, worst performances or god-awful music. It was none of those things. It was just, again, a dry, slow, boring, and in my opinion, dull, somber crime drama that I didn't feel much life out of. I didn't really care about the characters. I didn't give a shit about the story. I didn't give a shit about what was going on. And I didn't give a shit how it ended. And then the way it ended, I'm like, whoop-de-fucking-do. Even the dog that my friend's dog is asleep. Literally, talking about this film made the dog fall the fuck asleep. Literally. Telling the story of it, the dog is fast asleep. I don't know if you didn't hear that, but if you hear, oh, it's the dog fucking snoring. But that's just my opinion. I know I'm alone in that. Teach their own. Hey, give it a look. Most critics and people liked it. On YouTube, if you find a review, they praising it. It's just not for me. So thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you in the next video. Later.